Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin and Cardano. We can see that overall the market is moving up at the moment. However, very recently, a lot of cryptos that did go up in the last few days have been retracing. Slightly retracing, which is not a surprise after the strong moves in the last few days. What is impressive is basically the whole segment of Metaverse, and I'm extremely happy that we're covering already 3 of them on this channel, which is Mana, Sand and Gala. Of course, you can't cover them all, but they are moving up really strongly, especially at the moment Gala, which I think moved up 40 to 50% in the last 24 hours. As you can see here, 43%, now at 30 cents. No, I think it's actually higher. Need to update that here. I think it's right at this moment while we actually talk, Gala is actually above, 30 cents, 32. So it has corrected here the percentage now, but until midnight here it was 43%. So it's really going up 60% last 7 days. And impressive what the Metaverse cryptos are doing here. Bitcoin, when it moves sideways, but has moved up already, so like in a small uptrend, and then starts to consolidate, that is typically when we see many altcoins moving strongly as well. And depending on how long this here could take, this Bitcoin consolidation, money could flow into altcoins and we could see more and more of these pumping. But to be fair, I don't think that whatever Bitcoin is doing here is going to take too long. So Bitcoin, of course, is here in this wave 4, is in the target area, needs to reach 43.3k to fulfill here my primary price forecast or my primary expectation before it could then move down in a wave 5 correction down below 28.7k. If we zoom in just to take a look at what the price is doing very imminently for Bitcoin, we can see that the price is still in the bull flag, in a channel here, out of which it can break out rather shortly. Now, with this channel here, we talked about it yesterday. I did say it can take another few days to really complete this consolidation. And the reason for that is, if you're taking a look at the RSI here, the relative strength index on the 1 hour chart, we are not overbought anymore. Overbought, the level is above 70. Yeah, that is when many people take profits, when it's oftentimes struggling to push higher. And again, this happened here as well. The level of the RSI is now below 70, far below 70. We're now at below 60 even. And based on the 1 hour chart, you could now expect a bit of a move up again, or at least it's a possibility now. Up here, it's just extremely difficult to push even higher. On the 4 hour chart, we are still sort of in the overbought range, which is why I think, it could even take a little bit longer to correct down. But yesterday I talked about a few more days that it could happen, maybe in 1 or 2 days, because the 4 hour RSI is still overbought, and depending on how strong the market is, it needs a bit more retracement, or the RSI at least needs to come down a little bit more before the price can push higher. On the daily, we are not yet overbought, and we talked about that as well. On the daily, there is still room on the RSI to move higher. Only when you get overbought on the daily, that will then of course take longer to recover, longer to retrace, So at the moment there is still room for further price increases, but the very short term would indicate that we first need to see a bit of a retracement. Now, what are we doing here on the 1 hour chart at the moment? We are in the channel here, and the next level we need to reach is 43.3k. That would be my primary expectation. Down here, there's a support level at 40.5k. So even if we break down here, as long as we hold this level here, I think Bitcoin is good to continue its move to the 43.3k. Now, we are in the channel, of course, very recently here. In the last few hours, basically, the price has started to form something a bit different, which would indicate that we could see a breakout here shortly. And this is basically a triangle within that channel, so you can see it. In such a triangle, you would expect the price to break out shortly, especially as the price is really heading into the apex now. So if there really is a breakout, you can expect that breakout here probably in the next couple of hours, because the price really is moving into this apex. Of course, this could be just a temporary triangle, and the price could still be here in the channel. But in terms of the triangle itself, you can expect a bit of a move here in the next couple of hours, maybe even now. You can see already here a wick to the downside, strong push to the upside, or strong, not that strong, but you can see that the price did try to move down all the way here to 41.5, is now back at 41.6. I mean, whatever we're talking about here is only really the immediate short term, but in such a channel here, what everybody's waiting for is a breakout, and with the triangle here, that's the first sign that we could see a breakout take place. As I said, the 4-hour RSI is still overbought. It's possible that the price is pushing higher from here, but I think it first needs to recover a little bit, that 4-hour RSI. It's just a likelihood that it needs to do it, because otherwise it might just struggle to go much higher. But to be fair, we're only expecting the price to reach primarily 43.3k anyway, so it wouldn't be a crazy move anyway. But yeah, watch out for that triangle. And if we talk about support and resistances, so here in this channel, the breakout would need to be above 41.75 to the upside, or to the downside, I would think we need to see here 41.45. So it's quite a narrow channel. I'd be surprised if the price moves for a long time in this channel. I don't think it will be a long one, especially after a while the volatility should increase. That's what we've seen many times before. So looking at Cardano did obviously break out of this triangle here in the last couple of days, moved up higher, didn't really get above the 20-day moving average at $1.15. Well, it pushed all the way up to 117, but you can see that it didn't hold. It did not successfully retest the 20-day moving average, then came down, pulled back to the trend line. That is what we talked about in my last video, that we had here this trend line that we could define, and that we can use this to determine, is the price still in a temporary uptrend or not. At the moment, it seems like we are holding the trend line, but it's important to keep it here and to keep it on the chart, just to watch it. At the moment, the breakout point to the downside of that ascending trend line would be at $1.11, I would say. Yeah, $1.11. And overall, I think Cardano is going to move together with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is breaking out to the upside, Cardano will also move up. If it's breaking down. The Cardano chart at the moment looks still fairly weak. I think the focus at the moment is a lot on the metaverse, actually. These are moving up really, really strongly. Cardano here, temporary uptrend definitely possible, I think. But then at some point here, it's going to reach this descending trend line, that we've got up here. If I zoom out, you can see the descending trend line, because Cardano is in a channel, overall in a channel here, in an impulsive move to the downside. And when we could possibly reach here the resistance of that channel, find resistance, and then maybe get to the final wave 5 to the downside, where the target area would be below between 30 and 55 cents. Not saying we're definitely going to get there, but it would be, if we lose the 92-cent level, certainly my expectation that we are going to go into this area. At the moment, $1.12, quite far away from the 92-cent level. But if Bitcoin does another sell-off, which is what I do expect after Bitcoin reaching here 43.3, then Cardano really could see those levels down there. And again, there is no guarantee any of that is going to happen. This is probabilities. It's all based here, especially the wave counts here, based on probabilities. And based on probabilities, we should also expect here the channel actually to break to the upside. But as I said, even if it breaks to the downside, if it hits here the 40.5K, I think it can find support there and then still do a move up. But of course, it would be better and faster if the price could push up straight away here to the upside, and then that would also support Cardano on its way to the upside. All right, hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And if you really like the content, maybe consider to join as a channel member, and you can find the links for that in the video description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.